Welcome to Crosby, everybody. I'm back onto the videos, and by popular request I'm going to give you a little walking workout. So we're going to do just a few moves and a few stretches. I don't know how much I'll get done today because it's bitterly cold on this mid-January Saturday in Crosby, but it's absolutely beautiful here. So first of all, I'm going to talk about walking safely in the snow and ice, and I have got my grippers on my feet so that I am not sliding around. Got my walking poles, and I want you to practice having a go at when you are taking your weight. We've talked about weight shift, weight transference. So when it is a bit icy, you need to get your weight a little bit more forward over the front foot rather than taking your steps so that your weight is in the middle. So let's head off. And Fiona is my film crew today. Sam is rolling around in the snow. So we're walking up Slack Roundy, and I want you to think about looking ahead to the terrain that you're walking on. Remember what I said about how your feet orientate you to the ground, and then we have a feeling of our body and our gaze moving out into space, into the environment, so that we've got both our orientation to the ground and to what is out there and around us. So it's quite tempting to kind of look down, and I'm deep in thought sometimes, looking down at my feet. But what I'm trying to do is just keep my gaze moving so that I am checking what's ahead of me, whether there's any rocks or ruts in the road. I'm looking ahead. Also checking because Sam's off the lead, so checking to see who's coming in case there's a dog that wouldn't be happy with that. And it's very good to lift your gaze right up to the skyline, and also to lift your eyes to the sky as well. It's really good for enhancing your mood if you're looking up. Now, when we set off, Catherine and I, the sky was really blue, but it has clouded over a little bit and it's bitterly cold. So we're going to have to stop filming for a bit and walk briskly so that we get a little bit warmer as we go. So I'm using my two poles, and I'm using them to propel me a little bit so that I'm getting a bit of upper body workout as well as my body, legs, feet, muscles. So before we do any stretches and moves, it's really important that we have done quite a bit of motion to get nicely warmed up, warm up all the big muscles and get your heart rate going a little bit. So I'm going to stop filming now. I'll be back soon. So wherever you happen to be, whether that's the city park or a village green, or you're out on the hills, obviously maybe nothing too steep ground, because I don't want you to be unsafe. We've got Sam participating. He's doing hip rolls, I think, at the moment. So we've walked, we've got a little bit of walk. I've got my walking pole, and sometimes when you're carrying a backpack, shoulders can feel a bit stiff. So if some of your party are having a little stop for photographs or a coffee break, get your walking pole out, and we're going to just loosen up the shoulders a little bit. Make sure that you are safe and stable on the terrain. We're going to lift the pole right up. Have a little look up. There's some patches of blue sky. It's really nice up there. We're going to bring the stick down towards the shoulders. Maybe you can only go a little way, that's fine. Maybe you can go all the way down. And we're going to lift it up. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. We're keeping it moving, and maybe you're not going to be watching me while you're out on the fell doing your exercise, so you might want to just take a screenshot of the basic part of the manoeuvre so that it's a reminder and you can check it out on your phone, or write a couple of notes. So now I'm going to take a little bit of a side stretch using my pole on one side of me, lifting the other side up, feeling that length through the side of the body. We're going to breathe in. I'm going to keep a firm hold of my walking pole and almost push it away from me to give me balance and stability, and then incline myself away from the stick, keeping my feet firmly on the ground, allowing the whole of the left side of my torso to feel the stretch. So we're breathing in and we're breathing out to stretch. I'm going to do one more, then I'm going to turn around to the other side and breathe out to stretch, changing sides. I'm not sure who's the star of this filming, me or the dog, but anyway, we'll carry on. Breathe in, breathing out, sideways stretch. So leaning away from your stick, pushing the pole away. You can look towards your pole, you can look out along your track. Take a deep breath and breathe out to stretch. So holding your stick in front of you, we can do a little bit of rotation, so we've got a little bit of stability from the walking pole in the front. Take a breath in, and on the out breath we're rotating. Enjoy the view all around. I can see on a good day towards the Pennines behind me, down flat landing, and the farms in the valley, and I can see right up onto Bank Moor, which is the objective of many of my daily dog walks. So in breath, out breath. Again, reach the stick in front of you to get your full expansion through the chest. Not using your legs and feet too much, mainly focusing on the upper body. Last time, take a breath, and up and to my chest. There we go, folks. On to our next little step. Have a different view for you for the next series. So behind me is the furthest away that you can see is the coronation tree, and that's our objective for today. So we're going to be doing a little circuit, walking up around there, as long as the weather doesn't close in too much. So choosing a safe place when we're not too tired, perhaps waiting for members of our party to have a rest or have a coffee break. We're going to try a little balance. So we've got a walking pole, or you might even want to just use a gate if you happen to be pausing beside a gate, or maybe a park bench. So with my stick in front of me, I'm going to plant my right foot firmly into the ground. I'm going to lift my left foot in front of me, and I'm gazing out to the horizon, not down at my foot. I'm going to swing that leg and take it behind me, because it's always good to do the opposite movement. So I'm lifting the foot in front, keeping just that sense of stability. It's not that I'm leaning on the stick at all. What is happening here is that my brain perceives the sense of touch to the stick, to the ground, and that's just enough to orientate me and give me a sense of balancing. So it's not like I'm leaning on it. So I'm going to change feet now. Swap over, putting my left foot into the ground and checking that I am stable. And looking out, would be looking at cross style, but I can't see it today. And I'm lifting my right leg up and swinging it through. Can feel my hamstrings and glutes working as well when I take that balance of the leg behind me. So I could then just think, well, I'm feeling quite stable. Need to be careful because my feet have got the wires of the yak tracks underneath my boots. So then I could try balance with no support, but keeping that sense of orientation through my gaze out towards the Pennines. So moving the stick above my head, balancing. So you're getting two things in one here, aren't you? You're getting your aerobic exercise, exercising your heart and lungs with your walking, but you're also training your coordination and your balance and your understanding of how your own body moves and what it means. So last time, there we go. Let's do so. So we can also, if our spine is feeling a little bit stiff, if you just feel that you need to move your spine, obviously we're not going to be lying down in the snow, not today. So we can start to move the spine from a standing position, although it does feel probably a little bit less mobile, but we're going to have the feet in parallel. I've got both my hands on the stick for a bit of balance. I'm going to use my abdominals and go into a little pelvic pull. Now make sure you use your torso muscles, not your shoulders. So it's not about bringing the shoulders up or squeezing the glutes. I'm really trying to use my abdominals, just lengthen the spine muscles there, letting the head relax and reaching gently forwards with my hands on the stick. Coming up, straightening the knees, lifting, so I'm going into my pelvic tilt or cat curl, using those abdominals to roll the base of my spine underneath me, allowing a softening of the head, neck, shoulders, and lifting and extending, letting the shoulders drop. Not easy, is it? Bundled up with all the clothes. But we're just doing our little cat curl and extending, lifting the chest, widening the collarbone. One more time, underneath, lifting and extending. So we're here, a beautiful little sheltered bit of wood. It's so cold today, and the wind makes it difficult for you to hear me. So we've just come into the woods here. We're going to have a cup of coffee in a moment. It would have been mulled wine, but Katrina insists that it's dry January. She's got a protein bar, which is very healthy, and I've got a mince pie, which is also healthy because I'm sure there's some fruit in there somewhere. So I'm going to do a little sort of lunge stretch using the tree for support, because quite a lot of you will be out in the woods for your walk, and Sam, he's also having fun in the woods. So I'm going to take my left foot forward, my right foot back. I'm using the tree for support, pushing into it actually, and I'm getting a nice stretch there on my calf and Achilles. It's not too hard, it's quite a nice stretch there. So I'm going to just take my left arm up and round and back, so I'm into a little bit of a spiral. But what's nice is that I can really use the tree for support, so there's not too much strain on my knee. Reaching back and looking out between the branches of the tree. Coming back, enjoying that little relaxation into the stretch. One more time, and coming back. So left foot behind, just leaning into the tree, making sure that my front leg isn't further forward than the end of my toes, and just a comfortable stretch on my left calf. Taking my right arm up, round and back. So now I've got this nice spiral, so I'm incorporating the whole body. Whole spine is into a little bit of a twist. That feels nice. Taking the rucksack off and having a stretch. Coming back, a little bit more stretch, and coming up. So I can just hold on to the tree and do a nice spine stretch now. So I can pull away from the tree. Drop my head. I'm tucking my tail underneath me, but I'm using my abdominals to do that, not too much into my glutes. And I'm literally leaning off the tree. So this is a little bit like when you're on your gym ball, holding onto a firm surface and just curving the back and coming up. And we're going to do that again. Curving back. Lovely stretch for the back muscles, particularly if you have been carrying your coffee and your mince pies on your back, and coming up. So whilst I've got the tree for support, I'm going to just do some bends and rises. A bit tricky, can't do very much in the glutes, but it is exercising my calves a little bit, which can get tight when you're on a long walk. So just simple knee bend. So it's not a squat, just literally bending my knees without sticking my tail out the back. Just little knee bend, not too far. Stretching, concentrating really on just moving through those shapes, through the joints, pushing through the balls of the feet to stretch up. I've got the tree to hold on to, so there's no problem with stability. Coming up, and now I'm going into some quick rises, just up, up, up. Now, if your calves are feeling a little bit tight and dead, this can get the blood pumping again using the calf pump. So as I push up, it's going to help to warm the feet as well. Take a little relaxation, and there we go. So while I'm here, and it's nice and calm in the wood, I'm going to take a little squat using the walking pole. So this is just an opportunity just to do a little bit of strengthening, helps to strengthen the legs and the core. But I'm also, for me, it's good practice using the shoulders. So as I take a small bend of the knees and I'm flexing at the hip, it's just as if I've got my walking pole there and I'm bending in that crease at the top of the hip. I'm going to take my pole right up and out with a big stretch. So because my shoulders are a little bit tight, I use the width, the whole length rather, of the pole. So the closer it's together, the more it really does work your shoulders. So there we go. So we're into a little squat. So I am sending my bum towards the fence behind me, and my arms and the crown of my head towards the trees in front of me. So we do that again. Take a breath, out breath, into a little squat. So this, good warm up if you're waiting for your friends, doing photography, you're having a natter and you're getting cold. This will keep your muscles going. So this is similar to the exercise we do when we are sitting on the chair and we get up from sitting without using the hands on the chair. So it's the same action, so sitting down and standing up. I'll do that a couple more times. Sitting down, feel your glutes, particularly as you extend up. Squeeze the glutes, good opportunity to get some glutes work. So real squat, squeeze the glutes. So there you have it. See you again a little bit further along down the track. We're going to have our coffee now. So here we are, we made it to the coronation tree. Visibility is really quite poor, but the atmosphere here is so special. I don't know, it has a draw for all of us that live here in Crosby, and there's even a bit of brightness in the sky above. So I'm going to use this bit of this lovely limestone paving to show you ways that you can do a little bit of stretch for your hamstrings and your quads and hips. Now obviously today it's cold and really I wouldn't be bothering to do my stretches. This is more for you to do on a nice bright sunny warm day, but here we go. I started, so I'll finish. So making sure that I've got nice firm standing. I'm going to set one heel up on my stone. Now it's no need to bend your body forward because that's really just pulling on your back. I'm going to bend my supporting knee a little bit and I'm going to send my pelvis backwards behind me and gently tip my foot up. So if I reach towards my foot with the opposite hand, I get a more profound stretch. So I've got a feeling of stretching muscle now without any discomfort in my joints. And I can feel that, and actually because I've been walking quite hard, I've been walking at Catriina's pace and she's really fit really fast, my muscles are quite warm. So I'm going to take my other hand there and just enhance that stretch a little bit by pulling backwards with my bum, relaxing my shoulders, relaxing my breath, just breathing gently through the stretch. So there we go, feeling that stretch. Going to do that with the other leg. So my left heel up. Make sure you feel stable to start with, and bending the supporting knee, taking your bum backwards and reaching forwards with the opposite hand. You can feel that there is some tightness in the hamstring there. So just relaxing into it. As I said, it is a bit cold. I wouldn't really bother stretching out here on such a cold day, but I wanted to complete the video for you. So there's my hamstring stretch. Can feel some give there. Actually it feels pleasant. It feels good to do. So I'm just going to use the coronation tree now to support me while I take a little bit of a quad stretch. So if it wasn't so snowy, the way that I would do this is to quite good. And so I've got my foot mainly on my front leg, but I can now gently drop my tailbone and my bum down towards my front heel. And lifting my chest, lifting my body up, using my core, and just relaxing the weight of my body. I've got a fantastic stretch now. So I'm feeling that stretch on the front of the hip, and I think we're good to go now. So coming out of it, always be careful, because often we do a mischief to ourselves when we're not moving mindfully. So we'll have to come out, and I'm using the same. So I hope that you find that useful. Some of this video may be a little bit difficult to hear, but if nothing else, it's a little bit of entertainment for you. We're all doing the best that we can, aren't we, with the tools that we've got, and we're so fortunate here to have such lovely scenery on the doorstep. This is literally my back garden, and as you can see, Sam is so very loving time with us. So I'm going to bid you farewell. My whole film crew is absolutely frozen with trying to work the camera in this minus temperatures here with no gloves, and so as a reward I have promised her one of the best pub meals in the entire country. So you know, John and Katie, get ready. If you are watching this, I'll be ordering one of your fantastic pub takeouts, and I hope you've got the what is it, the honey chili chicken, I think is a personal favourite of Fiona. So later on this week, that's what we're going to do. She will get her reward. So thank you everybody from the top of Crosby Ravensworth in the middle of January and the depth of winter. There we go. Enjoy the workout. Get out there, get moving.